Hey there, everybody. It is January 4th, and you're watching Confronting Conservatives. I'm Barry P. Cook, and not only am I in the car today as per usual, but I'm driving and recording this with my dash cam, but you'll notice I'm paying full attention to the road. Anyway, the other night, there was a crazy thing that happened during the Bills-Bengals game. Player number 3 on the Bills, whose name is Damar, if I'm saying it correctly, was struck by a member of the Bengals in a tackle move that basically occurred by means of the Bengals player sort of angling himself in such a way that his right shoulder hit Damar right in the chest, right here. And of course there's video of it. I've taken the video and I've cropped it and slowed it down from 2 different angles so that you can see exactly how the hit went down. And if you watch closely, or even not all that closely, it's pretty obvious that the Bengals player's shoulder, the rounded part of his shoulder, connected with Damar's chest. So it was not the type of tackle where they hit each other square like this and the tackling player put his arms around the other player and took him down in like the more usual way. This was a different kind of hit. So the player from the Bills, Damar, went down and then immediately got up, but then collapsed from cardiac arrest. And crazy conservatives like Kevin Sorbo, among others, sadly but not all that surprisingly, are blaming his collapse and cardiac arrest on the COVID vaccine, because they've got it in their heads that an inordinate number of athletes are collapsing these days on the field or in the arena, and it's all people who have had the vaccine and that the vaccine messed up their heart and that's why this is happening. Mind you, the man is still fighting for his life, and these people are trying to politicize what happened and score political points and pursue their agendas, which is disgusting. So I've had to confront them over it, and I confronted Mr. Sorbo, who simply said it's the jab in a tweet. So I said, no, dingbat, it's the hit. Just as an example, the Consumer Product Safety Commission recorded 51 baseball-related cases of Commotio cordis deaths between 1973 and 1983. So just one decade out of the last 5, there were 51 deaths from Commotio cordis. It happens a lot in baseball. Baseball players get hit with a 90-mile-an-hour pitch directly to the chest, or not so much a pitch, but maybe one player is throwing the ball to another player to try to, get a player out, and someone catches it right in the chest. And the way that it strikes and the timing with which it strikes them in the chest gives them a heart attack. Commotio cordis. So it was happening 5 times a year between 1973 and 1983 that the Consumer Product Safety Commission knows about. It can happen with a fist. If someone balls up their fist and punches you right in the chest, right near the heart, right at the right point in your heart's rhythm, it can disrupt the rhythm and give you a heart attack. It's a known phenomenon since at least 1973, and I'd wager before, I just don't happen to know. And then I said it was from, and I said to him it was from ball strikes in the cases, those 51 cases. There was no COVID vax then, you clown. Do they know that they're full of shit and they're just, and they don't care and they're saying this stuff because it comports with their anti-liberal agenda? Or are they really that stupid? Are they really so stupid that they don't understand that this is a thing and that it's been happening in the past when there was no COVID vax. Now, obviously, there are other reasons why these other athletes are collapsing that isn't, from a strike. And to be fair, I can't say that it isn't related to the COVID vaccine. I don't think it is. I can't say that it isn't for sure. What I can say is that a hit to the chest from a pointed shoulder, I mean, obviously it's round, but pointed as in directional, while they were both moving at a speed of some number of miles per hour towards each other, right before he went into cardiac arrest, is the obvious reason that his cardiac arrest occurred. Like, how stupid do you have to be? Another one of these morons, it might have been Charlie Kirk, it might have been Matt Gaetz, I don't even know, so I probably shouldn't even name them, but one of these other whack job conservatives on the Twitter, blue checks, said, wow, it's got to be the vaccine that's doing this for someone to go into cardiac arrest after a simple tackle. It wasn't a simple tackle, okay? A simple tackle is when you're running and someone dives for you and they manage to wrap their arms around your legs and you go down. Or you're standing there and someone comes up and they, run at you, throw their arms around you, and take you down by hitting you chest to chest, as it were. That's a simple tackle. This was not a simple tackle. This was the angle of his shoulder hit Damar square in the chest, right where his heart is. And it's not just the shoulder, don't forget. It's the friggin' shoulder pads. Hard ass shoulder pads, okay? You'd have to be either full of shit on purpose or a complete moron to come out with this nonsense that it was, never mind the COVID vaccine, that it was anything other than the shoulder hit to the chest that did it. So, I don't know. Are they morons or are they full of shit? I don't even know which one's worse. I suppose in the case of elected officials who might be saying this stuff, it's worse if they're stupid. But in the case of someone like Kevin Sorbo, it's worse if he knows it's not true and he's saying it anyway. Because, politicians lie, that's a thing. But what you don't want is a politician who lies, because they all do, and who is also that stupid. But in the case of Kevin Sorbo, it would be worse, I think, if he knew that what he was saying was full of shit, because that would just make him evil. And that's not good. We already know politicians are evil. We don't need dumb compounding it. So that's why I think in the case of a politician, it would be worse if they were saying it because they were dumb than if they were lying because they already lied. So anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about today, is this poor kid who, by the way, is still fighting for his life. And these assholes are out there scoring political points with what is obviously absolute nonsense in this particular case, at least. I'm gonna get out of here. I have more conservative confronting to do once I park this thing. And so you have a good day. You've been watching Confronting Conservatives. I'm Barry P. Cook.